So, welcome everyone. Good morning. Thanks for being here. Today is an exciting day for us, so I really appreciate all of you coming down here. I heard traffic was bad on 101, so thanks for putting up with it. We are here today to talk about Google Chrome OS. Contrary to some of the reports out there in blogs, etc., we aren't launching the product today. There's no beta today. There are no devices today. We are a year away from announcement. Having said that, we've made tons of progress. So we want to take the opportunity today to walk you through the progress. So give you an actual demo of what we have built so far. We'll be giving a technical overview as well, explaining how we are going to go to market, as well as answer questions. But the primary reason we are here today is because we are very excited to announce the open sourcing of the project. As of today, the code will be fully open, which means Google developers will be working on the same tree as external developers. So whatever we do will be in the open. And we are really looking forward to working with the open source community to help drive this forward. So with that, let's get started. So I'm here to talk about Chrome OS, but I want to start with Chrome for a minute. The reason is Google Chrome is the foundation of everything we are doing here. So we launched Chrome about 14 months ago. In a similar audience, the comic book leaked, and we were launching Chrome. So why did we do Chrome? The goal was we had noticed that the web had evolved from simple text pages to really rich applications. So applications like Gmail, Google Maps, Yahoo Mail, Flickr, etc. And we really wanted a modern browser which was capable of handling those rich applications. So that's why we did Chrome. We really wanted to help push the web forward. So let's take a look at where we are now. So it's been a year since launch, just over a year. We recently announced we were over 30 million users. Now we are happy to announce we are over 40 million users. So the growth is very, very strong. And by users, we are referring to primary users of the browser. They use Chrome as their main browser. If we count all users of Chrome, the numbers are much higher. The three main things we focused on Chrome was speed, simplicity, and security. Mostly speed, though. We really care about speed. And Chrome is about close to 40% faster in JavaScript performance than the current version of IE, which is IE 8. So it is something which sounds abstract to most people. It's a benchmark. But where it starts manifesting itself is as you start using the next generation of web applications. For example, take Google Wave. With Google Wave, you don't need a benchmark to say Chrome is faster. All you need to do is to try Google Wave in Chrome and in IE, and most users will just notice the difference in a matter of seconds. One is fast and the other is slow. So we've really focused on speed, but JavaScript performance is just one aspect of speed. We have focused on end-to-end speed of the browser, from the time you click the icon to how you load web pages to how you interact with the browser. And most users who use Chrome write back to us, and the most common feedback we get is Chrome is fast. So we really focus on that. The next point is, over the last year, we have updated Chrome about 20 times, including several major versions. Most users don't notice. We really care about making sure software works seamlessly, and users shouldn't have to worry about maintaining software. The final point about Chrome, an area which I'm going to talk about in more detail, is we really focused on making HTML5. HTML5 is the underlying code which powers all web applications. We really want to help push the web forward, and we have done a lot of work there, and I'll share progress there as well. Next slide. So just this year alone in Chrome, there is tons of new stuff coming. So before this year gets over, we'll have 3 more announcements to make. Chrome for Mac will be ready for users to use. I use it as my primary browser now, and it's coming along very, very well. So we are very close to launch there, and it's something we have. Looking at the number of Macs in the room, I'm very excited by it. Chrome for Linux is also coming along very well. It's the foundation of what we are doing in Chrome OS. So that's very exciting as well. Finally, we are nearing the launch of extensions. We have taken the time to rethink how extensions should work. We want extensions to be much easier to write. So Chrome extensions are based on the same web technologies with which you write web applications, HTML and JavaScript. They're very easy to write, and as a user, they are lightweight, they don't slow down your browser, it's easy to use. And most importantly, we will keep all extensions automatically updated for users. So once you install them, you'll never have to worry about maintaining them. We are doing a lot more of interesting stuff with extensions, working with several partners. And so we'll have a lot, we'll be announcing a lot more details later this year. Next slide. I talked a minute about HTML5 and making the web more powerful. So let me explain. This is a very important part of what we are doing, because it has a lot of implications for Chrome OS. So again, our goal here is to make sure web applications function as well as desktop application. Today, conventional desktop applications have a lot of access to underlying operating system capabilities and full system resources. Web apps, in many cases, don't have access to those resources. So we are working hard, identifying every possible gap, and we are figuring out a safe way for web applications to take advantage of the same underlying operating system capabilities and system resources. Let me give you some examples. Graphics. So we are all used to running rich games on our personal computers. We want it to be possible to have the same games and other rich 3D applications within a browser. Effectively, we want web applications to get access to the GPU, which is present on most computers today. So that's one example. Let me give one more example, what we call as threads or workers. Most computers today ship with multi-core CPUs. How do we make sure web applications can run parallel threads and take advantage of the multi-core CPUs in your machine? One more example, real-time communication. We want it to be possible for any web page to have full high-quality voice and video chat built in, as an example, which means web applications need a way to communicate to your speaker, microphone, camera. One more example. You need web applications to work offline. So we are exposing a database API, effectively exposing local storage on the machine to the web application. So in each of these cases, our goal is to make sure we take web applications, give them the capabilities they need so that they can be very rich, complex applications with the full functionality of desktop applications. So we are making a lot of progress in this area. It's a huge area of push for us. And in 2010, we expect to have all these APIs and much more fully built into Chrome, as well as we are working with the other major browser vendors to make sure they evolve as part of HTML5 standards. Next slide. So while we've been focusing on building Chrome, making sure Chrome is better, and making sure the web gets better, there have been some very powerful trends happening in the industry at the same time. There are 3 trends, especially, which we are very excited about. So I want to call your attention to that. On the top left, what you're seeing is the growth of netbooks. The growth is phenomenal. To put it in perspective, this growth happened in the worst economy since the Great Depression. It's unheard of growth for the kind of time in which it happened. So netbooks are exploding. So what are netbooks? Users are responding to these because they view these as ultra-thin, ultra-light, ultra-mobile computers. In many cases, they are buying it as companion PCs to spend most of their time online. Right? So we are very excited by this development. On the right-hand side, top right, the point there is hundreds of millions of users are living on the cloud. This is a trend which has been going on for a while. We notice it internally. I pretty much, by now I'm 100%. Everything of what I do is in a browser for me. And that is true for a lot of people outside. Most applications, in fact, if you take the last 5 years and think about all the interesting applications that have been written for your personal computer, I'm sure you can count with less than one hand the number of conventional desktop applications that have been written. Everything else has been a web application. So the trend is very, very clear. Every capability you want today, in the future, it's going to be written as a web application. It's the most successful platform out there. So we are very excited by that trend as well. And we are working very hard to accelerate that. The third trend on the bottom, there is tremendous innovation at a computing device level. On the one hand, you have phones. All of you are familiar with this. Phones are becoming smarter. So people call these smartphones. There are rumors of tablets. But effectively, this is phones getting on computing capabilities. They expose a rich application framework, and people are building apps for them. So they're effectively becoming computers. On the other side, laptops and then netbooks, they're becoming more like phones. There are netbooks which are selling today which have always-on connectivity. The battery times are getting better. I think in the future you will see netbooks which you can carry around with you all day and charge them in the night, just like